Many years ago now, I found myself in a period of sudden darkness. I had finished my curacy and moved to London in the hopes of finding a post, but as it transpires, it took some 18 months before I actually found a job. It was a time of struggle, during which my expectations were dashed, and it was hard to remain hopeful. I found myself asking a great many questions at the time. Why couldn't I find a job? Why did everyone around me seem to be thriving? Why, if God could move mountains, could God not sort this out? It was some time later, whilst attending a Bible study with the Taizé community in France, that I received a moment of simple insight. I had been asking the wrong questions. I realised that the question I actually needed to ask was not why, but who am I? Because to work out where I was going in life, I needed to connect with who I was. Years later, I read a book by the Lin family called Healing the Purpose of Your Life, in which they referred to what they call our sealed orders, our special way of being, and it reminded me of that question, who am I? The Lins described sealed orders not as the things we do, but the special way of being that animates all that we do. Our essence, our God-given way of being. Perhaps one person might describe themselves as encourager, another as teacher, and still another as someone who makes things whole. Sealed orders are different for every person, but whatever they are core to who we are, and they are key to our living joyful, fulfilled lives, because to know that we are living in accordance with our sealed orders is to feel at one and the same time that we are as rooted as a great oak tree and as free as a bird on the wing. When we step away from our sealed orders, we can find ourselves feeling unfulfilled, exhausted, sad, listless, and with a deep sense that we are not living life to the full, that we are going against the grain, that life is just hard work. Of course, it is so easy to lose track of who we are, of our sealed orders, in the midst of all the doing and busyness of life. Or perhaps we feel we have never connected with them at all. But times of difficulty and living in the unknown, such as this strange and troubling time we find ourselves in now, can often serve as catalysts for reflection, and can therefore become opportunities for creativity and fertile ground. Perhaps then, in this season of Easter, the Church's great season of new life, there lies an invitation to take the time to pause and ask once again, who am I? To reconnect or connect for the first time with our sealed orders, our God-given way of being. To open ourselves to the endless creativity of God, and to embrace God's desire that we live our lives in joyful fulfillment, with freedom in our hearts and rootedness in who we are. As Jesus said, I came that they may have life, and have it abundantly.